Hey boys, purpose of today's lesson is to go back over our identifying parts of a circle lesson. I really like this diagram that's on page 194 because it just clarifies the language that we use when we talk about parts of a circle. Obviously a circumference is kind of like the perimeter of a circle, so the total distance around the outside. The center point is actually quite important when you're drawing and labeling circles, so you need to make sure you have a clearly defined center point. The diameter is a measurement that goes straight through the middle of a circle, and then the radius goes from the center point to the circumference, so to the outside. I feel like talking about arcs and talking about sectors are things we've done plenty of times when we looked at sector graphs, but just make sure you've got those couple of terms locked in. On page 194, question number 1 asks us to examine these circles and color the radii blue. Then question 2 is one that's definitely worth revisiting because it says draw a circle and then label these parts. So here's one that I've already drawn. You can see it got a little bit funny there, but I want to show you how to use your compass, which you definitely need to draw a circle. So what you need to do is start by putting in the sharp bit into the paper, and I'm going to even continue off this center point that I've got from this last one. So you need to push pretty firmly, and then you set your radius, because that's what this will measure, to the point that you want. And then one thing you need to make sure you do is make sure you keep it as still as possible while you're spinning it, so you get a nice even circle. And sometimes the faster you go, the better for this one. So you can see there, using my compass, I've drawn that nice outside circle. I would need to go over the arc here, obviously. I want to go over how you can use your compass and a ruler to do something a little bit more specific as well, because on page 195 we get this question that says draw a circle with a radius of 3 centimeters, then draw 2 different diameters. So what we need to do to find that, first of all, is I like starting by just putting a dot that's going to be our center point. So once you've got that dot in, we're going to actually measure a radius with our trusty ruler. So we're looking for a radius of 3 centimeters. So you'd put a mark on the 3 centimeter mark. And then when you use your compass, you've got your center point there that you can't really see. And then you need to adjust your pencil so that it sits right on that 3 centimeter mark. And then that is the circle that you need to draw. So we go around and around and around. There it is. And then even to double check, you can measure from the center point to the circumference is 3 centimeters. So I've drawn a circle with a radius of 3 centimeters. And even if you wanted to verify, you can check it at different points too. But all around our circle, if I've done it properly, it should be that magic 3 centimeter mark. The second part of the question, so we can tick off that we've drawn a circle with a radius of 3 centimeters. Then it says then draw 2 different diameters. And remembering a diameter is a measurement that goes straight through the middle of the circle. So the 2 easiest diameters to draw would be one that goes straight through the middle of the circle vertically, and then one that goes straight through the middle of the circle horizontally. And a really good way to check to see if the diameter you've drawn is equal is your diameter should equal the radius times 2. So it should be double the radius. So the radius we measured was 3 centimeters, so that means this diameter should be 6 centimeters. And you can see that clearly marked on that ruler there from 0 to 6.